My name is Dr. Roy Jones. I'm the Executive Director of the nationally recognized Call Me Mr. program. Mr. is an acronym for Mentors Instructing Students Toward Effective Role Modeling. That's what the acronym means. The name Call Me Mr. was inspired by a phrase in the movie In the Heat of the Night when Virgil Tibbs turned to in response to the sheriff's response, a question, what did they call you up north, Virgil? And he turned to him and said, they call me Mr., with a very assertive and respectful and prideful response that I'm called Mr. I'm recognized as a human being, I'm recognized as an equal, I'm recognized as a man. In a far deeper sense, certainly our name was inspired by that movie. But as you look at the history of South Carolina and the relationship and the race relationships among the people in the history of South Carolina, there was a time in which a black man could not be referred to by his surname. It was actually against the law. He had to bow his head, when he passed someone white. He certainly could not stare at a woman that was not of his race. There was a time in which people were not viewed as equals, and even less so as human beings. There was a time in which one's dignity and pride in their humanity was minimized, marginalized in our state and throughout the South. Beyond that, though, the fact of the matter is that although the public display of servitude, its subservience, was clear, and the mores of the day, whether it was staunch, during the days of slavery or throughout the days of segregation and Jim Crow, the fact of the matter is that the African American community found ways to lift their head with pride. They were, in some areas of our state, they were landowners. They were the deacons and ministers of their churches. They were the leaders of their community. And certainly they were the teachers of the children. And within the context of their homes, their communities, their families, their relationships, there was tremendous pride and a tremendous drive for a better education. And Call Me Mr. is in the context of the history of the very roots of South Carolina. It is a trademark in a program that started at Clemson University. But it started also in partnership with 3 private historically black colleges and universities: Benedict College, Claflin University, and Morris College. And that's significant because that coalition represented a biracial partnership, a biracial coalition that recognized the same vision and the same need to increase the number of African American male teachers in South Carolina for all of us. And that commitment and that relationship has grown from a coalition of 4 to now 16 colleges and universities in the state of South Carolina. And we're in 8 states, including South Carolina and the District of Columbia outside of South Carolina. So it's certainly a message that has resonated throughout this country to such an extent that the need is not only there, but they've elicited our assistance in initiating the same model in other places. I co-authored a book along with Loretta Jenkins that was just released the 1st of January, entitled Call Me Mr., the reemergence of African American male teachers in South Carolina. And it tells the Call Me Mr. story through the voices of Misters that have gone through the program, are currently teaching, as well as Misters that are currently enrolled in the program in a very poignant way. It helps the reader understand the challenges that black boys face, and as well as the incredible mission that they've committed themselves to make a difference in our state through our elementary and middle schools in South Carolina. It's a tremendous commitment, one that very few, when we started almost 15 years ago, felt we had a snowball's chance to make work, because nobody envisioned back in 2000 that black boys coming out of high school at 17, 18, 19 years old would be excited about being third grade teachers. Boy, have we proven that assumption wrong. Not only have they've been excited about that, but we have graduated since 2004 every single year young black men who have dedicated themselves to teaching in our public elementary and middle schools in this state.